You're boxing up T-shirts and stuff or something.
Boxing up T-shirts and hats, simultaneously listening to the sweet sounds of a breast pump, and keeping an ear out for a crying baby in case I need to go to the rescue. So multi.
Speaking of nasty, how is the little bugger doing?
Let's see if we can. I've got you on my phone tonight because I got too much. I need to be mobile.
Right. Oh, are we going for a visit? What? Look at him. Damn, he's cute.
Can you say, hey, buddy?
What are you doing, little dude? Look at that. The newest Barnett.
He says, I am working up one of the greatest. Look, from afar.
What's up, Mel Bell? He's like, what are you doing to me?
Yes, like, not the time for that, dick.
Yeah. I hope that nobody can see me right now, is what she's thinking.
Right.
It's fine.
No, he's actually, he did give us 5.5 hours, or like right at 5 hours straight last night.
Wow.
I got more sleep when I was in Norwalk than I had the past 3 weeks combined. So
right.
But you know, I guess if you saw race results, we would have been better off staying at home and tending to the baby than I would going to Norwalk. But whatever. Yeah,
exactly. We'll talk about that in a minute. So if you're just joining us, thank you. I'm Chad Reynolds, that guy over there, Lyle Barnett. We both have had like just a bunch of stuff going on the last week and a half. So if you were in Texas for LS Fest Texas, then glad you were there, and glad you had a great time. We had I was announcing LS Fest Texas after building the Christmas tree and the wind lights for the no prep drag race we had there. And then, so I did 2 days of that and then drove straight to Kearney, Nebraska to start day 2 of Rocky Mountain Raceweek. Because thankfully my man Neil Sabo and Scott Liggett did the live stream in Great Bend, Kansas on Saturday while I was in Texas still. I drove all the way to Kearney, Nebraska Saturday night. I guess technically Sunday morning. I left the racetrack at Texas Motor Speedway at 1 a.m. and drove straight to Kearney, Nebraska, and then streamed until 11 o'clock that night. So it was awesome. So yeah, no sleep for me either. And then
you almost caught a plane to Norwalk, Ohio.
I did all of Rocky Mountain Race Week, and then Neil was flying out of Omaha, which was a screw up of ours, but we were in thrash mode, and so we really weren't thinking clearly and screwed that one up a little bit. But I couldn't get anybody to get him a ride from Great Bend, Kansas to Omaha, so I had to drive him. So that, in case you were wondering, that's 5 hours the wrong direction for coming home to Dallas from Great Bend, Kansas. So my trip from Great Bend, Kansas went from being what would be a 6.5 hour drive normally, became 12, 13 hours, 11 hours to get there. And it sucked, but it was well worth it because Neil was a huge help all week, and I just cannot thank him enough. It was so good to have him there. So so I got home to Dallas, dude. By the time I got through, like, there was weird traffic and all that stuff. It was, it was like noon or something like that, and yeah, because the original plan was to figure out how to get to Norwalk for the NHRA national event. And never before have I felt worse about not coming, because clearly this good luck charm right here was necessary this last weekend.
Yeah.
I imagine that Benji and the crew were MFing me a lot, I'm assuming.
Yep. So poor Mike Earl got COVID.
Oh, no way. So Mike wasn't there?
No, so we scrambled for a truck driver last week. Like, it was a whole ordeal. But we managed to get there. But Mike Earl's the one that cusses you the most when we go to a race and we don't run worth a damn. And
I know.
You know, because the 3 races you've been to more than 3, but
I've been to 3 and I've been to 3 and you won twice and runnered up once.
Well, you came to Gainesville at the beginning of the year.
Oh, that's right. Yes, that's true. Yeah. Yes, I forgot about Gainesville.
But yes, I've won 2, and I've been to the finals at all but 1 that you've been to.
Correct. So I'm good.
And the ones that you don't go to, I don't know if I've made it past second freaking round.
I tried. I mean, I was trying to get there, but again, I happened to go to Omaha and all that. And then Sunday, I just did a bunch of stuff on the computer trying to catch up, and then I learned about your new career choice. So Lyle Barnett, officially right now, he is no longer going to drive Pro Mod. He is going sprint car racing because sideways. Woo,
dude,
doggy. My God, if you haven't seen the pictures, 3 wheels on the racetrack, 1 wheel in the air, like at a 45-degree angle to the wall, and unfortunately very close to it when that occurred. I don't know how you didn't rub the wing on that thing doing the big jerk to get that sucker back around, dude. Woo.
Ned Wallister came to see me after that and said, he said, I'm not going to lie, I called for the guys at the top end to check the decals on your fenders and your quarters because I didn't think there was any way you avoided contact with the wall.
Oh, yeah. What is up, Mike Finnegan? Dave Newbern in the house as well. Dude, Finnegan, the new boat, ridiculously, unbelievably rad. Oh, my God. It's awesome.
How about Peter Harrell's luscious locks flapping in the wind while they're tuning?
I know, dude. I know. I only have one thing that I think you screwed up on there, Finnegan. So I think that Mikey and Newbern should have made Pete wear floaties.
Yeah.
It would have been awesome.
Something. Not a damn one of them had on anything.
I know. Oh, God. Mikey says that the wifey is happy. Yeah, I bet she is, because her boat is rad.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, how fast did y'all end up going in that thing?
Oh, yeah, let's see. I don't know what I'll see. I'll post it when he gets on it. So tell us what happened that ended up with you being so sideways in the car. And that was in the second round of qualifying, right?
First round.
Oh, okay. Oh, Finnegan says, hold on. He says, I was just happy Pete had time to show up. I wasn't going to push my luck asking him to put on his Speedo. Nobody wants to see that, dude. Nobody.
But so we had been testing in the car. You know, they took 25 pounds off of the turbos.
Right.
So we had been testing in the car and had gotten it to run pretty fast to the middle, but not without having to drive through just you've heard me talk about it at the races, but a little quiver of the tires. Oh,
yeah.
You know, when that thing's really on a good rip, it quivers the tire for just a second, picks the front end up, carries it for a couple 100 feet, sets her down, you know, and everything's good.
Right.
It was just quivering the tire, but I was not aware that the tire was basically smoking from the time I let go of the button, but the car was moving and going straight. So I didn't know that the tire was just on fire.
Right.
So about the time it quivers and is going to pick the front end up, the engine RPM is ahead of itself compared to the vehicle speed and where we are on the racetrack.
Right.
So it clicks into high gear about the time I think it's going to pick up the front end, which results in the little bit of tire quiver turning into a lot of shake. And so it clicks high gear, snap the car sideways. I managed to wrangle it back in, but this is a good way to segue into why the NHRA implemented a shift it yourself rule. Because had the car kind of been out of shape, now granted you can say, well, the shift light would have been on and you would have shifted it, which is probably true. But that is the reason why the car wasn't in trouble until it clicked into high gear. So I don't necessarily know that that's true. But that is the reason why they implemented that rule over a year ago now, which they've since changed back, is so that people didn't click them into high gear when they shouldn't, or the car didn't click in high gear when it shouldn't.
Right.
Body to wreck.
Well, no, I get what you're saying. If you were manually shifting it and it started to shake, you may not have done the shift. Right. But conversely, and let's say, so people understand this, if this thing was shaking in low gear, which is the common place for stuff to shake.
Yep.
If it was shaking in low gear, but it was shaking, not horrible, then you might short shift the thing if you shift it manually, and it'll calm it down sometimes and quit shaking. You see that a lot in alcohol dragster and especially alcohol funny car. Those guys go out there and they shift themselves with a button on the shifter that's a big air push button. Anyway, so they will shift sometimes, well, a lot of times. They shift early because the thing starts to shake the tire and they shift it and it'll calm it down and quit it shaking. Because right. This was going into, this is further down the racetrack, technically speaking.
Right.
We're
already through what we call the shake zone.
Right. So that's a different thing. So I just don't want people to get confused and go, wait, sometimes you say we shift to get out of shake. Yeah, but this is a different area. So yeah, like Lyle says, in the shake zone, shift it. It'll calm itself down sometimes and quit shaking. After the shake zone, no, you want to leave it alone. Because what it would have done was if you'd have over-revved the thing, past your shift point, it would have started to lose some power because it went past the peak, which Correct. May have calmed it down. Then you'd have shifted it, and it would have potentially been less pissed off. Who knows?
But so I went on quite the ride, managed to keep it off the wall, and we went into Q2. In Q2, I was a little bit gun shy. I'm not gonna lie. Those things turnkey are $400,000 to $500,000, so don't really want to wreck that.
Yeah, you think?
It was bright early in the day, so I'd put a tinted shield on. By the time I made the corner to make my run, the sun had gotten kind of behind the trees. It was still shining through in some places. And this is not an excuse. I completely screwed up, but this is why I screwed up. The sun was shining across the racetrack at 1,000 feet. And I let go of the button. Jose jumps out on me. I'm kind of half paying attention to where he is. I'm catching him on the racetrack. I look up to see where I am. I see what looks like the quarter mile to me. I approach the block, throw the chute. About the time my hand gets extended, I see the quarter mile in front of me. So I drug the chute through and went 583 at 237. Probably would have went 579 or 580 at 256 or so.
Yep.
But that ended up being my qualifying run because in Q3, the car actually slowed down and went 84 with a 9. Because of the rain coming in and the G-jacking around that the NHRA has done with the Pro Mod schedule, we ran E1 on Saturday night. So got it turned around, and we're not sure if it was a wastegate issue or what we had going on, but the car did not make boost. The boost it should have. It slowed and went 590, and I lost round 1 to the eventual event winner, Chris Thorne, who has now won 3 out of 4 and has just an absolutely commanding points lead in Pro Mod right now. So we got a lot of work to do.
Yeah. Want to say hi to Christy Schumer. Hey, yo. JJ in the house, dude. Christy's little boy, JJ, moving up to the next level of junior dragsters on his first event in the going fast. And I think everybody just expected him to have to get comfortable or whatever. But if anybody remembers him getting in a car a couple of years ago and it had a different motor in it, and they just had him go down the racetrack to see what it would do, and it ran like 3 seconds quicker than he was supposed to be running at his age, and he loved it, then this won't surprise you that he went out first event and won it. So pretty cool deal. So yes. So congratulations, JJ and Christy. That's awesome.
That hurts.
Matt Webster says NHRA had a great angle of the tire shake before the move, and you could see the daylight under the rear tires. So there you go. Also want to say hello to my boy, Aaron Spitzer. I don't know how official this is yet. I don't care. I'm saying it, Aaron. I'm doing it. Texas Precision Performance. If you're looking for a center section to be built for a rear end, Aaron Spitzer is now in Texas, and he is Texas Precision Performance, your ring and pinion spool and center section specialists. So if you need a center section for your car, hit them up. Again, Texas Precision Performance. Lumbo in the house. Jeff Owen mentions that if this was a clutch car, like an alcohol funny car, which good point. When you would shift to get out of the shake, it would calm down, but it slows down because the lower RPM, since you short shift it, makes the clutch not lock up as hard either. So it's kind of soft down there, slips a little, so it'll slow the car down. So you don't want to have to do that, but you got to get A to B in order to win. So DRC Racing Garage in the house. So who did you have to race first round on Sunday?
I didn't. We ran first round Saturday, and I lost to the eventual event winner.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
So Sunday we watched, Dad and I watched Erica Enders win her
11th. Yeah.
8 of 8 races this year. That's 7 of 8 finals for Elite Motorsports. Aaron Stanfield winning the other one. And she is just on a freaking tear, man.
How many more events does she actually need to win to clinch it?
Well, they have.
I mean, is it even like, is there, you're on a roll like this, you wonder, like, does she just have to win one more and she can win the whole thing?
Well, they have a countdown.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
So they'll have to go to the countdown. But it looks like she'll have a pretty substantial lead, obviously, going into that.
Right.
But
kind of crazy. I saw on TikTok, don't you judge me, people. TikTok is awesome. It's also very sad, by the way, just for other reasons. But anyway. Erica and Courtney. Erica was in her car doing a warm up, and Courtney was in somebody else's pro stocker. Was it Jegs or something?
Yeah, it was TJ's. Yep.
Okay, I thought so. I couldn't tell because you could only barely see the roof. And she was in it for the warm-up, so they were doing dueling sister warm-ups. So it was pretty cool.
And throttle Wampas.
Yes. Wampa, wampa, wampa. So the next race for Pro Modified is a long way away.
Yep, Topeka in the second week of August.
That's right. Have you ever raced at Topeka there, Lyle Barnett?
No, so I haven't raced at Topeka or Brainerd, which are our next two.
Yeah, so Topeka, I haven't been to Brainerd yet, but Topeka is like a drag strip only with grandstands that are like across the street. You've never been to a drag strip where the fans are further away from you than Topeka. Like, I mean, I'm not kidding you. They are an extra 50 plus feet away from the racetrack compared to normal. Because there's a road course that runs between it. It's the most screwed up drag strip ever. Not ever, but it's just no bueno. It's actually, you know what? I hate Topeka because it frustrates me so bad because it could be so good. They had horrible management there for a very long time. Now supposedly that's great, but and yeah, Jeff Owen, 100-mile long return roads. Yes, like it's horrific. The thing about it is it used to have horrible management, and then it just, I don't know what was wrong. Like, this place has an entire building for showers that are awesome. Like, it has all these great garages. It has all these great things going for it. And then they counteract all that with things that are twice as bad, and then an inability to run it right. I don't know. It's been one of the most frustrating racetracks that I've been to, ever, but it is. Max Mortimer is saying that Orlando Speedway or Orlando Speed World is redoing the track right now with concrete. I don't know which. If it's Orlando Speed World.
No, Bradenton is.
Okay. So yeah, Max says Orlando, but I thought Bradenton was getting all redone.
Bradenton. Well, I mean, unless there's another one getting it done and they're not saying anything about it. But like, I bought one of the little canisters of the old Bradenton racetrack that Victor's selling. You know, they're
yes.
Off.
Okay. Yes, Mag is saying that it's
for a couple. Like, I got my NHRA Pro Mod license there. And that's where Doug and Motion and TBM is, and and I'm friends with all those guys, so that, and I just wanted to support them. But yeah, I think it's Bradenton that you're thinking about, Max.
Yeah, it is. I have at SRCA in Great Bend, Kansas, they also did the whole racetrack in concrete last year, and I got Cole gave me he got one of the chunks of starting line. So I have one of the pieces of the racetrack that has the blue paint on it and everything, for the starting line, which is cool. Yep. So yeah, that's pretty neat. Mag also says the Dart went 20s there as well. So yeah.
Yep. And not to put a damper on our conversation, but speaking of nice racetracks and being at Norwalk over the weekend, prayers for the Bader family.
Yes.
Bill's dad passed away in from what I understand, a kind of tragic accident at his mountain home in Idaho. So
yeah, the apparently Senior, when he retired, my understanding is that he built, restored, whatever, remodeled, I don't know. But anyway, a mountain home that, was his retirement spot, and apparently died in an accident on the road on the way to or from the house. So that's a sad deal. The Bader family's awesome. I've been very fortunate. I've announced at several events there at Norwalk. Bill Bader Jr. is just a killer dude. Like, they are so much fun. That family, the Bader family, is weird. And when I say weird, because when you meet them and you see them, not announcing or not on the starting line, they're a very buttoned up and, cordial, polite, just really, nice, mellow people, right? You give Bill Bader Jr. a microphone and dude, like, it's on. Like, I mean, I would make all kinds of inappropriate jokes about things that he was doing in order to get that pumped up, but it wouldn't be cool because that's not him. But dude, I've seen the dude ride a motorhome roof down the quarter mile sitting in a recliner. Not kidding you.
Really?
Yes. Sit in a recliner on the roof of a motorhome for their motorhome drags. Like, yeah, dude, I was going to say they don't mess around. No, all they do is mess around. It's awesome. And pound ice cream for $1. Come on.
I'm not going to lie. I partook in some of that.
Oh, me too, dude. It's so damn good. Wickman says,
when was the last time we had a show? Because I'm trying to remember if I've won a beer money race since then.
I think you did. You've won 2 beer money races since then, I thought, 2 nights in a row. The last show we did was, what up, Rye? The last show we did was 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
I can't remember.
What's up, Niels? Thank you, dude. Niels Old Borby. I don't know. I'm saying it all wrong, but that dude is from the Netherlands or something. Yeah. He's a badass. Thank you, dude. NC Matt says Galat is the best of the best 8th mile. I have not been to Galat. That's another racetrack I have not been to, but Denmark. There you go. Niels is from Denmark. I have heard it is awesome. I say that Galat and XRP are the 2 finest 8th mile drag strips in the country.
I
said it.
Galat is, I mean, it's state of the art. It's probably the newest or one of the newer tracks. I don't know about in existence, but it's pretty freaking new.
Yeah.
And the Wells family that built that place, who they're big tractor pullers. So
yes,
and they're very wealthy, and they did a lot of things with running water lines under that track to heat it and cool it. I'm not even sure if they use that, but it's very nice. Lots of pavement, state of the art tractor pulling facility there. So I'll agree, it is pretty nice. And I haven't been to XRP, so.
XRP is badass. It is little. It's little, but it's badass, dude. The place is so nice. Rye says Galat is second only to ZMAX. Now, I think ZMAX is a pile. And the reason I say that is because ZMAX sucks because of the people that own it. That racetrack is one of the least used drag strips in the United States of America. They hold no events there. They don't do anything with it. They care more about the campground in the front. And yes, the facility is very nice and all those things, but it's a waste, dude. And there are so many places that are better because of the fact that they're not wasted. Like, I'm sorry, you have a drag strip like that in a community like Charlotte, and you should be having an event every week there. And you could. XRP runs twice a week minimum,
I'm not mad about it because it then focuses more support on Mooresville Dragway, which is super close to our.
I know what you're saying there. That's true.
And like if ZMAX has enough support from the people that own it, and is well funded elsewhere, then let the test and tune and the weekend warrior racers go to Mooresville and support a track that needs that to survive.
Right. That's true.
I'm good with that.
Kenny Edwards in the house. Oh, with Glenn Hunter. Dude, Glenn with a badass 6-second shoebox Chevrolet. Dude, love it. He's awesome. Steven in the house. Ricky from New Zealand. Rye, yes, Mooresville is badass. And he agrees. He says the facility's awesome. Jeff Owen is asking, Lyle, will you be at VMP Nationals? You just were there.
I was just at Virginia for the national event.
Yeah, so it must be a different. Are you talking PDRA or something, or?
Yeah, I don't.
Sam Smith says he's still going to drive Beer Buddy.
Yeah, I think Sam caught me after I drank too many Yingling Lights when I told him.
Yeah, I think so. Mike Pryka in the house. Pryka and I hung out during Rocky Mountain Race Week. I made fun of him, just the appropriate amount, that to keep him so he knows that the love is still there. Right. Pryka is one of those guys, you don't make fun of him enough, dude. He doesn't understand that you love him. So people, if you know Mike Pryka, please give him a ration of shit and then hug him for just a little, like where it's just slightly uncomfortable because it was too long a hug. He likes that a lot.
And then kick him when he walks off.
Oh, yeah, right in the ass.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Dude, so you will love this. So Motion Race Works right there down below me. Red and Doug, right? Those two bastards are hilarious. So I swear to God, if they ever decided to go real racing together, and when I say real racing, I mean if they ever decided that they weren't just going to laugh a lot while doing it, and if they ever went like some sanctioning body racing, right?
Yeah.
Everybody else should run away. Because I am not kidding you. This is the truth as I am sitting here. They have converted El Toro to E85, which is mildly entertaining because Doug talks about how bad an idea that is all the time, right? But they changed it over to E85. So they go out there and it's doing some stuff and it's not running a number. It's like, getting slow. So they throw a bunch of fuel at it and to see if that's what it wants, because neither of them understands E85. So they don't know what to do to tune it and make it better. Now, when you're talking about Red, I mean, that's not the norm. Red is not usually like, I don't know what to do. He's usually the guy that's like, oh, we're going to do this.
Yeah.
So literally we're in the staging lanes at Denver at Bandamere, and I am laughing like a little girl because Doug's like, we don't know, but we gave it fuel and it didn't like that at all. So we just took a bunch out of it. We'll see what happens this time. Oh, dude, she was pissed off. And so I think they kept pulling fuel out of it because clearly it had more than it needed. And I believe they took my advice, which was when in doubt, 2 degrees of timing, dude. Come on. And that little bastard loved it. It was great. The only issue I know of that they had, like genuine issue, which I was also there for the fix, was that the passenger side power window quit working at one point. And so Doug kicked it, hit it, knocked the switch around, and then pushed it like 55 times, and all of a sudden it started working. It's perfect.
That sounds like a Doug Cook fix.
Right? It was awesome. I looked down and saw Doug delay and thought it was Doug Cook for a second. I was like, that's funny. Okay, Michael C. Floyd is saying, should Mooresville put some walls up and get rid of the guardrails? Yes, they should.
I mean, all track
expensive.
Should do that, yes. But like you just said, it's super expensive. So therefore, and I know that the Floyd brothers and they all support that place well. And
oh yeah,
but us as locals and as racers need to do our part and support them so they can afford it.
Oh yeah.
That's how this works, So, yes, I think they should. I went. I know. I won a grudge race. I won that big grudge race since our last show. That's what happened.
Yes, with what's that guy's name? That said there was no gap, and then I believe your quote was, "I set the chute on your hood."
Yeah, I did. Jason Dorsey's his name.
I know,
but I'm not going to talk about how fast Beer Money went, but it was fast, like real fast.
Yeah.
Like way too fast for that thing to outrun him. And, and the fact that there's guardrails there it's scary, but, it's a cool little racetrack and they're just doing what they can to get by, So, yes, they need concrete walls, but that's a huge expense.
Yeah.
But we can spend time talking about this grudge race.
Yeah, let me cover a couple of questions and then we'll go to the grudge race. Okay. Ricky, good morning from to New Zealand as well. So Rye is asking if you have any intentions of taking Beer Money to some back of the track shootouts. That is, we've had a lot of discussions on that in the past, Rye, and yes is the easy answer, but the truth of the matter is that the back of the track races require such a different setup that is a lot of work too. The guys that do really good from the wrong end those guys are badasses. I mean, it is a lot more difficult to go that fast from that end. So I really commend those guys that are good at that.
There are people that do it, but if you'll notice the people that do it, most of them are either good at one or good at the other. Like Beer Money is super fast from the front side. We don't lose many races from the front. But like Team Denver from here, Jarrett Bradshaw and Charles Coyer and Jake Boswell, they all are really, really good from the backside and they win there a lot. But when they come to the front, they don't do as well. And I think that we could figure it out and be mildly successful from the back. But like Chad said, it's just to be really good. And I'm not going to go there just to do it. I'm going to go there to try to win.
Yeah.
You making the car work from there and changing your setup around. And I've bought and done some things over the past couple of months to get us ready for that, but we have not made that jump yet. So,
Doug DeLay says, if you look at the map, the stands at Sonoma might be a little further away than Topeka. Yeah, but they're angled the right way. So I see where you're at there, Doug, but man, at Topeka it feels like a long way. Charles Wickham says that him putting non-skid tape on the roof added more downforce on El Toro. So if you didn't watch the Motion Raceworks Rocky Mountain Race Week videos, then you missed out on the fact that while doing an interview, Doug and Red are standing there and Doug's computer slides off the roof of El Toro and onto the ground and ruins the laptop. So the reason that happened is because he doesn't care about that car. So he didn't put a pad under the laptop like he would on his own car, which meant that it then slid off. So Wickman goes to Home Depot and buys a sheet of the non-skid for a stair tread with the yellow line in it. Literally walks up to Doug while Doug's standing there at the car. Wickman grabs this thing, which was this long, rips it in half, just tears it in half, unpeels it, and sticks the two pieces on the roof of the car over the driver's door. And dude, Doug is like, what are you waiting? Oh. So it has grip tape on the roof of El Toro now.
So did it wreck his laptop?
Yeah, from what I understand, it ruined it. Yeah, or at least hurt it, you know. Donald Fuller is saying, should safer barriers be a thing at drag strips? And I would say no. Generically speaking, I shouldn't say no, like they shouldn't, but they'd be less effective. So for those not in the know, safer barriers are the walls that they put up on NASCAR tracks years and years ago now, but are the standard and required everywhere. And at some racetracks have them down the front stretch, but if they are, they're much shallower. But when they get into a corner, they're much deeper. And they are a series of spacers between the concrete rail and a flexible wall. And so those spacers have air in between them, and they can bend and move around and absorb the shock from a big hit. They're in the corners because the car loses it and goes up the wall, up the racetrack and bashes into the corner, head on or at a 45-degree angle or sharper. On the front stretch and the back stretch, they typically don't have them as deep or at all at some racetracks because they are, you're going along the track with the wall. So the angle that you can hit it at is, rarely very sharp. The same goes for the drag strip. Most of the hits are not 90 degrees to the wall or whatever. I mean, we see them on occasion, don't get me wrong, but the majority are not that way. So, and in order to do that, you would have to widen a drag strip by a couple of feet, and that would become an issue because, we have enough trouble staying in between the walls and line that we have. Take some foot away. That would suck.
Yeah.
Is John Dock fast in the Black Sheep? NC Matt is asking.
In his, for what it is and racing LDR, I think that thing runs pretty good. He ran some no prep and actually went a few rounds when we were at JJ's arm drop. But yeah, I think it's pretty fast for what it is.
Daniel Check is asking, Lyle, will you come to Joey Heichel's Heads Up No Prep?
I would like to, man, but
it's a haul.
It's a haul one. Fuel prices are ridiculous. I would have to take my motor home, to make that trip. I got a new baby back there, 2 dogs here at the house. So those trips aren't as just pick up and haul ass like they used to be. I got a little more to take care of here at home now. So I'm going to try to make my way out there. I get the messages and the comments all the time about you need to go run beater bomb. You need to go run beater bomb. And I want to, and Joey and I talked about it. Like we've texted about it.
Oh yeah.
And I'm going to try to make it happen. It's just a little bit more difficult, especially right now.
Yeah, I mean,
Get to
Nash is weeks old, not,
Right.
All that. Everything right now is just tough. And the schedule has been real tight week to week to week right now. So, but yeah, like you said, dude, the beater bomb is badass. That ride is so cool. Let's be very upfront about this. Let's make sure everybody understands. While I believe that Beer Money can probably hang with that car, that car is a whole other level than Beer Money with regards to the car itself. When that car got redone a couple years ago after Hunt's accident, that thing got a whole new chassis, tons more safety, tons more everything in that car, and it is a really nice piece. Like, it can be named the beater bomb all it wants to be. That's a really nice car. Like, I'm giving Joey all the credit. Like, that car has won a ton of races over the years, and it is a badass piece, and it is dialed, and those dudes know how to go fast in it on any surface. I've never seen a surface they didn't have a way to go fast on. Now, they are on a big tire, compared to Beer Money, because they're a 29 1050, 29 1250. What do they consider a little tire over there? 29 1050? Yeah.
Yeah, and he said he would put 28s on to run me because I can't fit a 29. But,
right.
Poor buddy. But anyway.
We're getting close. We're gonna hit this right at 1 hour. We're gonna call this one tonight. But everybody's saying that would be an epic race. Oh, Mesh ALG is asking, why do top fuel cars need to change their tires after every run? They do, but they don't. So a top fuel team will typically take the tires, the wheels and tires off of a fuel car after every run. And some teams will swap to another set. But that's typically so that they can inspect the other set, and they will put them back on the car as long as they don't have chunking or any of those things. Some teams will just check them right away, and some teams will spin them around backwards and run them on the opposite side. It depends on the team and the crew chief and what they like to do.
Yep.
But chunking is a big deal on a fuel car tire.
Yeah, and I didn't know this until spending some time in the NHRA and talking with the tech department, but that is one way for the tech department to know how good or bad the racetrack is. If the racetrack is really good, especially early, those things will chunk. Or if the racetrack is too good, period, those things will chunk.
Yeah.
Tell them that the racetrack is it can be too good for those cars.
And when we say chunk, we literally mean that if you were to look at the surface of the slick and it's smooth, because it's very smooth. It literally will have pieces that have been pulled out of it. So it has holes in it, right? I mean, not all the way through, like it still holds air, but those chunks can be anywhere from 1/8 of an inch thick to 1/2 an inch or more deep where that has come out. And obviously if it's got chunking, then they've got to get, you can't use that tire. If you look at a top fuel tire now compared to 10 years ago and 20 years ago and 30 years ago, one thing that you'll really notice is that the sidewalls are considerably lighter on the new cars or on the new tire. And where the sidewall goes into the top of the tread is a lot more rounded than it used to be. It used to be very square. Now it's a lot more rounded to get rid of the weight right there, because they would find that when the cars would grow, the tire would grow so much at these crazy big speeds and that weight, it would literally tear the tire apart up at those corners, or they'd chunk real bad and then come apart and tear the wing off and all that. So there's a lot going on in a fuel car tire compared to what you'd think.
Yes.
AFR says the tire size is a tuning tool for them as well. And that is true with I assume you're talking about Joey and them. The 29.5 inch tire has a considerably larger contact patch, and it means it also has more sidewall to wrinkle and everything. So it is softer, if you will, at the hit and stuff. So. Oh, Jim Harrison says, I saw the tortilla video with Courtney. Did you do the tortilla challenge with Courtney?
Yes.
Oh, and I missed it.
It's on that. She put it on their TikTok. It's hilarious.
Did you smack the shit out of her with a tortilla?
Yeah, we were both just back and forth. You know, you put the water in your mouth and then out first, and I won.
Have you and Mel played the tortilla?
No, we haven't.
You should. You should, because I got money on Mel. I say she smacks the holy shit out of you.
Mel, can we do the tortilla challenge?
You said I get to smack you?
Yeah.
Hell no.
Yeah, but Mel, you get to smack him too.
And what?
No, that's what she asked. She said, "Oh, do I get to smack him?" Hell yeah.
Oh, no, I thought she said, do you get to smack me? Hell no. So, oh, yeah. Then, yes, you get to smack Lyle all you want with the thing. Yes.
She said,
now, when you and Courtney did it, did you do Rochambeau first? Okay.
Yeah.
Because the original was not that way. The original was just that the woman went first, and you literally went 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and it's
She won Rochambeau, so she got to go first. But yeah, it was pretty funny. Our tortillas fell apart though after like 2 or 3 hits.
Yeah, it happens. So Chiffon Parker says a 29.5-inch tire is 6 inches bigger than a 28. That's in circumference. So yes. Jim Harrison says the windup had me rolling. Joey Abernathy is saying, Lyle, when are you gapping Dorsey again? According to Dorsey, he never got gapped. I think Dorsey needs glasses, but whatever.
Oh, he did get gapped.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And asked me, he tried to get me to race him again. He was going to give me the break. Like, that car's lightweight, big turbo. Like, it should be faster than me.
Oh,
and it caught him with his pants down is what it boils down to.
Right.
But I told him it's going to marinate for a while. Like, I'm not on Beer Money's stock block and, in the 8.8, like, running it that hard's not good for it.
Right.
So I'm not going to run him again anytime soon. I've got some stuff coming for Beer Money. I've got a 9-inch coming. I've got some things coming to make it better, but it's not here yet, and I've got races that I want to hit here soon.
Right.
I'm not trying to tear that thing up to go out there just to prove a point. I proved the point I wanted to prove, and now he's just going to have to wait for a while. There's no unwritten rule in grudge racing, and I know you're not saying this.
No.
Get out there that there's no unwritten rule that when you beat somebody that if they offer to run you again, you have to do it. Like I don't have to do that. So
no,
it's going to be a while. We're going to go back to no prep racing.
That's good. Okay, so our next Pro Mod event is Topeka.
Yep.
And that's in
August.
Okay. And then Beer Money Racing will be coming shortly. There's new Beer Money apparel.
There is.
Brand new Beer Money apparel. Go to LyleBarnettRacing.com.
And today I picked up more hats. I'm just in the shipments I shipped today. I'm already back low on the gray and black snapback, but I did get some all black flex fit or one size fits all type fitted hat. They're not on the website yet, so I'm going to try to take pictures maybe tonight or tomorrow and post them tomorrow at some point. But I'm out of like large and 3X, I think, in the new Beer Money shirt, but I've got another order in. They're just not here yet. So if you have an order in that included a large Beer Money shirt, new Beer Money shirt, or one of the hats, more than likely it's either shipping today or I'm still waiting on the large shirt. So, but apparel sales have gone well. We've got a new baby and I've been on the road a little bit, so I'm a little bit behind.
Joey Abernathy, you still got Moonshine Missile? Yes, and it is going to be running in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
More to come on that. Nick Deal, how much do you need to change on beer money to go from radial to no prep? The answer is all of it, because no more radial racing for beer money.
We don't radial race anymore. When I ran Dorsey the other night at radial prep, I just put a bunch of air in the car, a bunch of air in the rears, took all of the weight out of the trunk, stiffened up the shocks and the struts some, and just tightened the wheelie control up. So I ran him in no prep trim, with the exception of the weight that I normally run in the trunk. So I'll put all that weight back in the trunk, loosen the shocks back up. I didn't even change. I didn't even make a bar change or anything. Like, we literally just took a bunch of weight out, adjusted the shocks, and put some air in the rears. So no more radial racing for that thing, though, at least for the near future. When I get the 9-inch, I may put a 275 back on it to go run the 704 Outlaws deal, just because it's so close to the house. But I kind of doubt it. It's too valuable to us on a slick, so we'll probably leave it alone.
Right.
Dude, I will tell you this, though. PDRA ran the first race of their Super Street class this past weekend, which you have to run on a 28-10-5 bias ply. You can't run on anything else.
Right.
And we could have put the 85 millimeter back on beer money, and at weight we could have easily ran up front. So that class is going to gain popularity very quickly.
I heard good things about that already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So your 480s are not going to last long, but that's what it took to win. And the rules, Tyler's posted the rules. Overall, you have to be super heavy in that class. Like, I think beer money would have to be 3,100 pounds.
Yeah.
But we run at about 3,000 pounds anyway, 2,900 to 3,000. So it really wouldn't be that big of a deal to make that thing work. But it's a really cool class. I think it's gonna get fast quick, but I think it's gonna be good, man. There's as radio racing, in my opinion, continues to fizzle out. Bias ply racing is coming back, and I think Tyler Crossnow got a good jump on that, and I think you could see some really good racing there.
I agree.
They've got both Super Street and Pro Street runs on a true 10.5 or a 15, I think, in that class, but most of them 10.5s. They're going high 390s, low 40s. Class has been running for a year now, I think, a little over a year.
Yep.
Really haven't seen the class, get super fast. So I think it's really good, man. I think you're going to potentially see a 26-inch class come in.
Oh, dude, 26 is so. The thing about it is, your end of the country, like, dude, in the Western states, dude, 26,850 has been like for years. I mean, we've been doing this forever, to the point that, like, everybody's pissed because we lost so many races that used to have it and series that had it. So now I got guys like Worm on the West Coast that are like, sure, if you assholes are going to do it finally in the rest of the country, we will ship our shit and leave it there, because we are ready to rock on a little bitty tire, dude. It is bad to the bone. 26,850 racing is awesome. And there are only a handful of cars that look right with that tiny tire on them. A Fox Body is one of them. Surprisingly, a Big Nova like Reds looks right with those tires also, if they sit low enough. And it's bad, dude. In some parts of the country, they called it MX235, and some it's 26,850. But regardless, badass tire. Neil Sabo in the house. Again, Neil, thank you so much, dude, for last week. I really, really, really appreciate it.
Are there sanctioning bodies or rules out there that are around that 26-inch tire from out?
Yes. Would you like to get copies of those to use, or?
Yes.
Yes, I can make that happen.
Yeah, I foresee an all slicks. Maybe include pro mods, but maybe not. Like true 10.5s, 28s, and 26s.
Yep.
3 classes. Maybe.
Dude, true 10.5 used to be an awesome class too, and if it's coming back, I love it, dude. A 10.5 tire is awesome.
That shit's coming back.
I know, it's good. It's great, dude. And a true 10.5 is not a little tire, dude. I mean, and we're not talking W's. W's is a whole thing that's just, I mean, that might as well be a big tire. Well, it is a big tire. It's a big damn tire. But, so Doug DeLay is saying Streetcar Super Nationals will have Outlaw 8.5 again this year. That's what it's called out there, is Outlaw 8.5. And, dude, Outlaw 8, it's bad to the bone, dude. Worm is a bad man. bad man.
No time. Show times.
No, they show times. Yeah.
How fast are they going on that thing?
Doug, what's the quickest that you guys have been officially with Worm's car? He'll tell us in a second.
Because I'm, like I don't. Are they running a radial there, or are they running on a slick?
It's a slick. Yeah, it's a 26 8.5 slick. 460s at 164 mile an hour.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
See? Oh, it is a slick, but it's a radial slick.
Oh, okay.
You see what I mean? Yeah.
So it's not.
So, no, it is not a bias ply.
Okay.
That is true.
Well, that makes more sense.
Yeah. But dude,
is there 26 inch 8? Is there 26 8.5 all slick classes?
Well, I don't know. I guess I don't know. I'm gonna have to check on that. Hold on, I'm looking up the tires on Mickey Thompson here. Yeah, so Mickey Thompson has a 26 850 15. Yes, that is their standard. That is an ET drag slick. Okay. They also have that in a pro drag radial, which I believe
is probably what they're running.
Yeah, that's the one they're running, I think, is the pro drag radial. But you can run whatever you want though in that. All that matters is that it's the, a 26 850. So then the pro bracket radial is, not available that size. Okay. Yeah, so that's it. So it is either an ET drag, pro drag radial, or an ET drag, either one. So is available in that 26 850. Yeah. It's pretty darn cool. It's fun to watch. Little tires are cool like that.
Yes, they are.
Let's see, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Okay, it says, Doug says that Ozark used to host a class called Midwest 8.5, and they were high 4s, low 5s. Tulsa runs MX 235 Outlaw 8.5 at their, throwdowns, both the two throwdown races. Doug and them and Worm have been there for that too. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we've been live for an hour and we're going to call it a day. Yeah, Doug says the MX 235 is no longer, so it does not exist anymore. Michael C. Floyd, shout out to Shady Side Outlaws. For everybody else that tuned in tonight, thank you so much for joining us. Big thanks to Motion Raceworks and MacFab Performance Bead Locks. If you don't follow MacFab on Facebook, then you're missing out on all the sexiness that is like Convo Pros with purple beadlocks that just give me lumber, dude. Like I wanted to paint a car purple just to put those wheels on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to follow MacFab on
And
Facebook, dude, and Instagram. Seriously.
There's some news to come out of there.
Yes.
Soon.
Uh-huh.
But soon.
Yes.
So,
yeah, it's a big deal, people.
Yeah.
It's a really big deal.
So
support the MacFab. Trust me. They are the finest beadlocks on the planet, like period. They do them quickly. They do them right. There's just no muss, no fuss. The other thing is, if you have a set of wheels that are like almost right, but not quite right, you need them to be a little wider, or you need to be a little narrower or whatever, MacFab can handle that on your beadlock because they can get everything where you want it to be.
Yep.
All right, folks. Thank you very much. Kenny Edwards and the New York boys. Thank you. Eric from Fallon, Nevada, Setterberg says, I am running in the 870s and it's so fun. I would love you guys to come here sometime. Okay. Fallon, Nevada is cool. It's near Reno. I'm down. My brother lives there. We can party. It'll be awesome. All right. Again, thank you everybody for tuning in. Lyle Barnett, I will talk to you later. Actually, I have some other news. I will let you know tomorrow.
Okay.
I got a phone call today, an interesting one from people that we both worked with before for something on TV. Yeah. So anyway, so see you all later. Everybody kiss and hug your families and drink another beer because it's early, and then go to bed because there's work to do tomorrow.
Okay, bye.
See ya.